Stephen Smith went on to The View the other day and literally had to tell these ladies to their face, this is priceless. This is the moment you got to see. When Stephen tells Joy Behar, as she tries to say, it's not a mandate, it's not a mandate. And he looks at her, he's like, yeah, it's a mandate. A serious mandate. Thank you, Stan Liberty, for the generosity. Much appreciated. Let's watch.
Only been in office for 6 weeks. Seems like 6 years, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. And he's been going around with his cronies touting his so-called landslide and blowout win. But he won the popular vote by 1.5%, one of the smallest ever, and he won the general election by less than 50%. So what kind of mandate is this really?
Well, it is a mandate, and I'm going to explain why. And I don't mind the question, but let me be very clear. I'm no supporter of Trump. I'm a supporter of truth and the facts. And here's the facts. The man won every swing state. He increased in terms of his voter turnout in his favor from the standpoint of blacks, Latinos, and young voters. He increased his numbers in that regard from 2020. 89% of the counties shifted to the right. That's a mandate. We can sit up there and play around all we want to. In 2020, Trump didn't win the popular vote. He didn't win the electoral college vote. A matter of fact, the Republicans hadn't won the popular vote, if I remember correctly, since 2004. But they did this year. So 20 years after they last won the popular vote, they won the popular vote. They won the electoral college vote. The man won every swing state. And on top of it, 89% of the counties shifted against. I don't understand how people can look at that and say, there's no mandate. There's a mandate.
Well, it's a different definition of a mandate, I guess.
But the problem is that if you're the Democratic Party and you lost 49.8% to 48.3%, and you're looking at that 1.5% dip, that's an excuse for you to say, what we did really wasn't that bad.
Some people didn't
we should continue to do that. Don't continue to do that. Find a new strategy.
He's giving them some really good advice. I mean, I thought I gave him some really good advice. A couple years back, I was like, you can't run Joe. Okay, you just can't run Joe. And you definitely can't run Kamala. And what did they do? They ran Joe and then they ran Kamala. It's like, wow, guys. I mean, get outside yourself, would you? Listen to Stephen Smith. Now, I don't necessarily want to do him any favors, in all seriousness, but it's amazing to me how people can be so darn wrong over and over and over again. It's like, this is not working, okay? The country's not with you. I don't care how much NGO money you spend trying to convince us. You know, there's just some basic intrinsic things that we as human beings kind of get. And one of the things most of us really get is something simple like gender. So, Stephen, you're doing Joy a favor. You're doing ABC a favor by going on there and explaining the facts of life, if you would. Because they're living in la la land, and it's dangerous for them. It's dangerous for people who watch them, and it is dangerous for the Democrat Party, except for the fact that the Democrat Party is just going to keep losing and losing and losing and losing and losing. So we're okay with that, right? We can humiliate those hosts all we want. I still don't think it's gonna sink in because of who they are. I'm getting better. You can hear my voice is getting better. I'm traveling right now. So I really need my Balance in Nature. A quick shout out to our friends at Balance in Nature. Balanceinnature.com. You can get 35% off. Use code word Trish. 35% off plus free shipping, plus money back guarantee, all that good stuff. It is a multivitamin that I take every day, my fruits and veggies. And these are gummies. They taste really good. So I like them. They're gluten-free for those of you that care. And they're just a great way to get your nutrients. And so I got the first cold I have gotten this year since I've been taking it for like basically a year, and it's been terrific. I haven't gotten a cold until now, of course. And you know, you hear it a little bit, but I'm doing all right. And I credit them even with the fact that I'm doing all right. And the fact that I only got one. The kids have had like 5. Anyway, I wanted to get to some of the comments before I went to this other story, the cast of Hamilton. Did you see this, guys? Oh my goodness. Oh, a piece of my mind. You're so cute. He said, if I ever get too much gold, don't hesitate to send some over. Listen, that's why I created, in all seriousness, not to sound like a broken record, but this is why I created 76 Research. I kid you not. not, because people, it's intimidating. It's hard to figure out what to invest in. And so we put these 3 portfolios together, model portfolios. You can see the stocks in these portfolios. These are top 5 holdings in each one. They've been absolutely killing it. So that's a passion of mine. I want you guys to succeed. And I want you to be able to take care of yourself. If you're not ready for a portfolio, at least get my gift to you. Use code word $. It's our 1-year anniversary. Go to 76research.com and use the code word. I'm looking at Stan. Thank you so much for that comment. He said, if I ever run for president, that I've got his vote. Thank you. I would just like you to make sure you have subscribed. I think you have, Stan, right here on the channel. And so many of you, it's good to have such a huge community here.